Hey, Kevin. Really, the initial timeline that I'm sure most people thought was not anywhere close to what it ended up being for you. I guess for you personally, when did you start to think I can get back a lot quicker than maybe people think I can?
The day it happened. When I was in the hospital, when I kind of went through the CT scan and figured out what the extent of the damage was, and I would say probably even more so the following day, when I met with the nose specialist in Atlanta. He looked at the CT scan. He told me about the damage to my nose and kind of told me what the road ahead was, and that's usually followed by how quickly can I get back. He gave me his estimate, and then things kind of sped up over the next day or so in Miami. Ended up with a lot of face swelling and was a little bit uncomfortable. And the initial plan was to travel with the team to Miami, and they felt like it was best for me to go back to New York. And luckily, I was able to meet with Dr. Sclafani there, the guy who ended up performing my surgery. Felt comfortable doing it the very next day, and he said 10 days post surgery I could be back, which is today. And that was kind of the goal I had in mind. Like I mentioned earlier, like the thing I pride myself on the most is being available, and it was important for me to get back as soon as possible, considering everything that's going on with this team right now, and just make myself available.
Are you currently in any pain?
No, I'm not in any pain. Bones don't fully heal in my nose for about 4 to 6 weeks. So I will be wearing some sort of protective mask, playing the field on the base paths out of caution, and just to make sure that the bones have a chance to fully heal. But over the last couple of days, been able to ramp up the activity, do the best I can to get, put myself in game like situations in the cage with velocity and breaking balls and stuff like that. And, the weather didn't really help out a whole lot, not being able to get outside. But, I do believe that I'm ready to help this team any way possible.
Thanks.
Next question comes from Tim Healy.
Hey, Kevin, about that mask, how comfortable or uncomfortable is it when you play and do various baseball things, defense, hitting, whatever it may be?
Yeah, I'm not wearing it hitting. It does prevent a little bit of the peripheral view. Like I said, the rain didn't really help out over the last couple of days. Me and Tony Tarasco were able to get on the field in between some of the breaks of the rain and get out there, feel some ground balls, shag some fly balls. Today's going to be the real test, getting out there and actually seeing guys hit the ball off the bat and run stuff down out there. But I don't envision it being any hindrance in performance. I do have a custom mask, with fit to my face coming in the next couple of days. The one I'm wearing right now is just kind of over the counter purchased, and it's good enough to get me through these next couple of days.
Got it. So it'll be just during defense that you'll wear it?
Yeah, I think on the base pass too. I think the thing for me, and even more so the training staff, was for me, I want to feel comfortable going out there playing my style of baseball. I don't want to play with any restrictions, not hold it back. So if I got to wear this face protection just to give them some peace of mind and myself peace of mind, that's what I'm going to do until my surgeon kind of fully clears me of getting rid of that mask.
Thank you.
Mike Puma, your line's open.
Hey, Kevin, I was just wondering, what do you think about you've become kind of a cult hero among the fans here who kind of appreciate your toughness. I'm just wondering your thoughts on the outpouring you've received from the fans in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's been overwhelming. It's been awesome to see. But I think, for me, it's just, I think it keeps things in perspective too. I didn't set out to be a cult hero. I didn't set out to do anything. I just feel like I get paid to play baseball. There's a lot of people that go through injuries, go through illnesses, and expect to have to show up to work the other day. I don't feel any different. For some reason, people in our position sometimes get put, in a, they're able to maybe take their time coming back from an injury. I got parents that work full time. Just a couple of days ago, my mom was at home. My dad called me, was pretty concerned about my mom being pretty sick, and she's as tough as they come. She never gets sick, and I was concerned for her. And she was up all night throwing up, and I called her the next day to check on her, and she was back at work. So, that's kind of how I was raised. That's how my parents are. That's how they taught me and my brother to be, and I don't expect to be any different. When I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go.
And watching the last 2 weeks as other guys went down and other guys kind of stepped up, what did that tell you about the team?
Well, I think Sandy and Zach and, our front office did a tremendous job bringing in, depth. You never expect to maybe get to the depths that we got to during a season. But it just shows that, they valued bringing in depth this offseason. And, I think a lot of it has to do with the culture that, Louis created inside that clubhouse, the players have created inside that clubhouse. And, just talks about these guys' preparation and coming in and doing what needed to be done. And, it wasn't always pretty, but the fact that we were able to go out there and win some games, speaks a lot about this organization's depth and this organization's culture and our commitment to winning games. And in some ways, it's difficult to, be on the outside looking in and not participating, but it was also very rewarding to watch a lot of these young guys get, opportunities, first times in the big leagues and come up at a time where, we were really hurting, and they did a great job and not only kept this thing afloat, but actually, put us in a position to kind of expand our lead in the division. And it's good to see some guys coming back and feel like, we're maybe a week or 2 weeks away from getting some more guys back. So hopefully we get on a roll here. Hopefully health is on our side for the rest of the year, but it's also nice to know that not only the guys that kind of filled up, but the guys that, were original bench guys that are getting opportunities to play. I think it just benefits this team in the long run. Guys are getting opportunities to play. Guys are getting confident, and it's going to make this team really scary moving.
Thanks.
Kevin, your next question comes from Disha Thozar.
Hey, Kevin, is your expectation that you'll be back in the lineup soon and playing in the outfield every day, or is the team being a little more cautious with your availability in games?
Yeah, I mean, I think, 10 days was kind of the goal that I set for myself. Obviously, the surgeon cleared me 10 days. I think the team had a little bit of a different timeline for me. And I think we came to a compromise over the last couple of days. Was if they felt more comfortable, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, I wanted to be available today. And that was kind of the compromise. And I think, the lack of being able to get on the field the last couple of days, kind of made that a little bit easier a pill for me to swallow, although I'm highly competitive and motivated to get back. It was a compromise that me and Chick and Louie and Zach kind of came up with to kind of just ease back in for the next couple of days, get myself back into a routine of going through batting practice and shagging and doing all the stuff that I haven't been able to do for the last 2 weeks, and, work myself back in the lineup. And I also understand, I mean, I'd like to be back today. I think Wednesday is kind of the goal we're shooting for, but I told Louis whatever he feels comfortable, whatever he needs, I'm here to help this team win. If he feels like that's me getting back in the starting lineup sooner than later, I'm ready for that. If it's, coming off the bench and doing what I got to do, I'm also available doing that. I'm just happy to be back playing.
Then just for you personally, are you nervous at all to be back in the box seeing live pitches in game again? Or do you think it might take a few games to get as comfortable as you were before?
Yeah, I mean, the hardest thing in our sport is there's really no way to recreate that. I stood in some bullpens. I've hit off the machine and stuff. Sitting here now, I tell you, no, I don't have any, fear or, nothing scares me getting back in the box. It's another thing to actually do it. I actually haven't done it in a little bit of time, but hopefully that's something we find out today. But I'm going in feeling confident. My expectations are still high to be successful, and we'll find out here soon.
Thank you.
Gary Cohen, your line's open.
Hey, Kevin. Two-part question. One, you said you're not going to wear a mask at the plate. Will you wear a C-flap?
Yeah, the C-flap's been put on the helmet. C-flap is something that I used in San Francisco. Maybe the last month of the season, I had a ball hit me in the face, in the chin. Luckily, I was able to kind of spin out of the way. I didn't fully absorb all the contact. I played with it. It was just one of those things where I went to a new team the next year and just never put it back on. But I definitely think it's something that wouldn't have prevented what happened to me, but I think it is a sense of security. I think it is a sense of comfort. And I mean, the biggest issue of getting hit in that region is obviously your eyes and cheekbones. And that's what the C-flap's there to kind of protect. So yeah, I'll be wearing.
And the other part of my question relates to the last experience. After you came back the last time, after you were hit in the face, I guess you actually finished that game, but do you remember the first up and in fastball that you saw and what that experience was like?
No, I don't recall it. I don't remember, but to be honest with you, those moments are never enjoyable, never comfortable, regardless if you have history of being hit in the face. I think it's such a low percentage that happens in this game. It's such a small probability, but I think if you asked every hitter, what their biggest fear is, it would be exactly that, seeing one up and in that hits them in the face. But for me, I think it's just getting back on the horse, doing it again, and see what happens.
Thanks, Kevin.
Next up is Jerry Beach. Your line's open.
Hey, Kevin. Over the last few days, as your return has neared, have you heard from anyone who suffered a similar injury, either calling you to wish you luck or maybe expressing pleasant surprise in a good way that you got back so quick?
No. I think a lot of my closer friends in this game, I've stayed in contact with over the last couple of days. Just asked me how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, and I let them know that I'm coming back soon. I didn't have a specific date because I didn't have that answer for them, but I think they knew that I would be back as soon as possible. So no one specifically reached out regarding like a facial injury, getting hit by a pitch, but a lot of my close friends have reached out, and to no surprise, they knew I was on my way back. And I'm sure, post game, assuming I get a opportunity to go into the game, get at bat or go play defense, I'm sure some of my friends will reach out and just wish me well and congratulate me on getting back. And I think my teammates are excited for me, which makes me pretty excited. I've tried to stay engaged and be a good teammate, the best teammate I could be over this course of time, not be a distraction and get myself ready. And I think they're excited to have me back, and I'm excited to be part of this team again.
Thanks.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much for the time.
Take care.
Great evening. Everybody stay tuned for Seth Lugo will be in the room here at some point, as well as Luis Rojas will still remain at 4:30 Pacific time. See you back in a bit.